Hello, learners. Welcome back to another session of inventory and risk management. So, today we will be discussing about the major storage structures which are found in India. Okay, so in the initial classes, we have learned about inventory management, control, and all those tools and techniques. So, these inventories are to be stored, right? That have to be stored, whatever be the kind of inventory. The inventory can be any manufacturing good, agriculture good, or industrial good, or like what can be any kind of item. So these things have to be stored, and the warehousing have to be done, so stored in a safe place. And in storage, there are certain structures to be maintained for the proper storage and for the protection of the inventory. Okay, so today we'll be discussing some of the major storage structures which are found in India. Okay, so what is the storage is all about? Storage is an important marketing function, because if you want to market certain item, the customer always looks into how the product looks, or how it is been looking like. That is the package. For the proper packaging, we have to initially store this thing. Okay, so in the marketing function, the storage adds value. At certain time, most of the commodities, whether it's a manufacturing commodity or agriculture commodity, most of the agriculture commodities, like it's seasonal in nature, and due to the perishability and seasonality, like most of the commodities have to be stored. So the for the and the storage adds value to the commodities. So the storage is important in the marketing function, and which involves holding and preserving of goods from the time they are preserved until they are needed for consumption. So what is the storage is all about? It involves holding and preserving, that is stocking and keeping it and preserving those goods for a particular time, and that is the time is a bit in between the preserved and the time in between when the consumption need arises. So it is stored for a time period, like preserved when they are in actual need. Okay, so this is storage. And what is the need of storage? Yeah, it helps in protecting the commodity. Next, continuity in production. So as I said, the agriculture goods are seasonal nature, so to provide this in a continuous manner to the market, what we need is we need to store and stock these commodities or inventory. So it helps in the market, to run the market in a continuous manner, otherwise the continuity will be lost. So this helps in maintaining the continuity in production, and this will be always the 12 months it will be available in the market. So the storage helps in providing the continuity in the market, getting price advantages, because when the supply is high, the demand will be very low. Like as we take an example of agriculture commodity, when it is season of sugarcane or a season of certain vegetables, the price of those vegetables or onions goes down like anything, maybe to some 20 30 rupees. When it in some off seasons, when it is not the season, the prices goes to 100 and plus 100. So it gives a price advantages also. Timely supply of the product to the customer, that is when there is a need, when the customer needs a product, even though it is not available in the it is not the season of that particular commodity, then also that the availability is made, the timely availability to the customer is made. Then to keep the quality of perishable and semi perishable good, as we said, the food products, the processed food, or the fruits and vegetables, since they are perishable in nature, so the storage helps to increase their shelf life and meet seasonal demand. Like if there is an off seasonal demand, then the storage help to meet the seasonal demand. Stabilization of the prices, the stocking helps in stabilizing the prices. Otherwise what happens, when the the product is available in the market, the price goes down, and when it is off season, the price goes high. So the stocking, how it helps is the stocking will be done for all of the months of the year. So this product will be available in all the 12 months of an year. So since the product is available in all months, even though it is seasonal, in the off season also the product is available, so it helps in stabilizing the price. Like it will not be too high and too low, like it will be an in between price. And employment and income generation, so that is another major point, that need of storage. So now we'll see what are the major types of storage. So there are surface storages, underground storages, and improved storages. So about each storage type we will be discussing. So first about surface storage structures. So what do you mean by the surface storage structures? These are the type of store structures where the products are stored at the surface level, at the ground level. So what are the advantages of this? I will give you what are the examples of this, or what are the items that falls under surface storage structures. Initially we will see what are the advantages. They can maintain more hygiene condition by cleaning. They are more convenient for inspection, and the danger of heating up of grain due to the internal heat will be less because it is maintained at the surface level. So one of the most commonly used surface storage method is the gunny bags. That is, most of the commodities, the food grains are stored in this gunny bags because minimum investment is required, and but it is like being stored for a short term, and the capacities varies from different kilo, like from different sizes are involved, and it contains definite quantity which can be bought, sold, or dispatched without any difficulty. Bags are easier to load and unload. These gunny bags are very easy to load and unload, and it is easier to keep in separate lots with identification marks on the gunny bag. You can see here in the diagram there are certain white tags on the gunny bags. The problem of sweating of grains do not arise exposed in the atmosphere. Most of these food grains are stored in these gunny bags. The bags, as they are arranged in the racks with proper in the bag space, the sweating will not, the sweating problems or the moisture related problems will not be there. The bags can be easily handled for making marketing purposes, and also the can be stored under roof galvanized iron sheets and plastic covering. Okay. So next is the bamboo containers, which can be used both indoor and outdoor, which can be used in the outdoor and the indoor, and this is very locally available thing, and locally available with the walls plastered with the mud. Now the other thing is earthen pots made of burned clay, and the capacity also varies. And the next storage is straw structures, and these are constructed with fresh untrampled paddy straws. Next is the masonry structures, which are built like a room like structure made with wood or brick, and the lime brick or the cement. Okay, so these the next storage, surface storage structure is bulk or loose storage. Like we will be keeping that in loose, like will be like over preferring the gunny bags or any other method. These if there are certain large quantities of food grains and all, that will be kept in loose. Next is the mud bins and the underground storage structures. We have said about the surface storage. Now we will discuss about the underground storage structures. The underground storage structures are the donor structures similar to a well with sides plastered with cow dung. They may be also lined with stones or sand and cement. They may be circular or rectangular in shape. The capacity varies with the size of the structure. Like you can see here in the diagram, the underground, like that will be under the ground. Okay. And the major advantages are the underground storage structures are safer from the threats from various external sources like damage, theft, rain or wind. And the underground storage spaces can be utilized for some other purposes with certain, if we do some adjustments and corrections. The underground storage structures are easier to fill up, fill also. Okay. Now we will be discussing about the improved storage, the modern storage structures. First one is the bitumen or coal tar drums. They are alternate model of metal bin, low cost with similar technical performances, and the height, weight, and the what do you call, the store capacity varies. Next is hopper bins. These are circular bins, and certain have they have a potential to meet the requirement of when there are large quantities to be stored. Next is Udaipur bin. Based upon each locality or each places, there will be different kinds of bins used. And stone bin is there, baked clay bin is there, PVK bin you can see over here, made from the green bamboo. uh, and next is Pusa bin. This is a modification of ordinary mud storage. Okay. And Pusa cubicle is there. Next, Pusa Kothar. These are certain improvements. And CAP storage, that is cover and plinth. It involves the construction of brick pillars to the height of 14 inches from the ground with the grooves into which wooden craters are fixed for the stacking of bags of food grains. Next is the silos also, uh, and these are the, we have enlisted those improved storage structures. So now we'll see what are the risk involved in the storages. That is, the quality loss may happen because we will be if we are storing for a long term time, there will be the quality of the item will be lost. The quantity loss may happen because of moisture, due to moisture or evaporation, or maybe because of many other reasons. The price risk is also involved. So in quality loss means the risk of loss in quantity may arise due to the storage as a result of the presence of rodents, insect, pest, theft, fire. All these are the reasons. And it has been estimated that about 4% of the food grains are lost in India every year. Now, based on the quality, the second important risk involved in storage is deterioration of the quality. Initially, in the here it's a mistake from my side. That is it should be written quantity. The quantity losses may arise because of the presence of rodents, insects, pest, theft, fire, etc. And the quality loss are due to many other reasons. Like, it is a second kind of risk in storage of farm products, such as deterioration of the quality, which reduces the value of the stored product. This losses arises due to the attack of insects, pests, the presence of excess moisture, temperature, or all these are the reasons. Okay. And the price risk, this is yet another important risk involved in storage. The farmers and traders generally store their products in the anticipation that the price will increase, and what happens is finally they will sometimes since it is unpredictable, the market situation is unpredictable in nature, they suffer they also suffer from price falls. Okay. So by this we will conclude the session on storage structures in India. The inventories are stored in different kinds of structures, and the risk involved, and what is the need of storage, what is storage, all these things have been discussed. I hope the topic is clear to you all, and make sure that you go through the slides and understand what are the different kinds of storage structures available in India. Thank you.